The sixth phase of the Scottish Child Abuse Inquiry will highlight boarding schools. Hearings will focus on 7 schools including Edinburgh's Merchiston Castle School and Fettes College.
Yeah, this is an announcement we've been waiting for because when the inquiry first launched in 2015, Lady Smith, announced 65 organisations that she wanted to look at, presumably on the back of specific allegations or requests that might have been made at the time or since. So we knew she'd already selected 5 boarding schools as part of the school accommodation service there is in Scotland, plus one school that's subsequently closed a few years ago. She added a couple more institutions on over the years. And so, as she's been going through all the other bodies, religious orders, third-party charities and so on, we knew that she'd be coming to the boarding schools in due course. And so this is just an expected announcement that they should prepare themselves to be heard next summer.
Lady Smith, who leads the inquiry, has urged people affected by abuse in these establishments to contribute evidence, but it is the timeline itself that gives the schools in question their biggest challenge.
They've done a huge amount of work since they were notified in the first place. So they were sent a great big questionnaire by the inquiry team, which asked them to fill in all sorts of details about how the school operated. And so we've been helping them with that, providing guidance, as we do to the schools anyway. One of the things we do is a lot of training on child protection, on other aspects of this, provide written guidance as well. So it's just reminding them some of it is actually historic, what was the law in place at the time, because this goes back as far as living memory, to see if we can help fill in any of the gaps they might have, and just prepare them for what they might be expected to do. But the schools all have a very sophisticated child protection regime in place now. The big issue for them is obviously going back historically and seeing if they have sufficient records to be able to talk to any particular cases that come up. Yeah, there's a big challenge for schools to identify individual cases and individual people involved, pupils and staff. I think initially Lady Smith said that she wanted to go back within living memory. So in theory, it could be back as far as the end of the war, really. If you think that last year we did a lot of work with schools about the new data protection regulations coming in, the assumption in that and previous data protection is you don't keep any records unless for child protection issues after the pupil's left school, and staff records, like any staff records, you get rid of after a certain length of time. Now, schools have been doing that over the years, and now as a part of this inquiry they're expected to hold on to everything they've got remaining. So it will be difficult in some cases if there are specific requests about specific members of staff or a specific pupil to find those records. But then, the schools, that's what they've been working on the last couple of years, to make sure their archives are in shape, make sure they've got everything they could possibly use ready for the inquiry.
That will come after the current phase on care experiences involving male religious orders and begin in the summer of 2020. Ian McNally, That's TV.